the people who know my work are incredibly supportive.
Yeah, we ended up losing. And after I lost, got convicted, whether the sentence came in, obviously the courtroom is full. I know who this lady Kamala Harris is, right? People in the projects knew who she was because she was a black district attorney. And we thought that we had a black district attorney in office, right? And who we perceived to be black, right? That's from Oakland. And that's all we kind of knew.
And in this campaign, I will proudly put my record against his. As a young prosecutor, when I was in the Alameda County.
And we would think that, that she would, be a little bit more favorable to us. Now, during my trial, I didn't even think of this lady, just in general. I just knew that she was the head DA.
It comes, though, as CNN has an investigation which reveals a mixed record in Harris's home state of California.
From political ads to the campaign trail.
I started my career as a prosecutor.
She was a prosecutor.
That record as a prosecutor began in the San Francisco area. 2 California families say that history and the impact on their lives deserves scrutiny as she runs for president. One of Harris's first major controversies happened just months after she was elected San Francisco district attorney.
He still had blood here.
Life without possibility of parole is a severe consequence.
But a decade later, as California's Attorney General, Harris defended capital punishment. Officer Espinosa's widow spoke to CNN in 2019, calling it a reversal driven by politics.
Are you going to be for the people? Are you going to be for yourself? Are you really being you?
Should we be talking about some of this flip-flopping?
I think it's fair to talk about flip-flopping. I think that's what makes America great.
As California's Attorney General, Harris promoted enforcement of a law that allowed prosecutors to seek jail time for parents of truant kids.
If you fail to take responsibility for your kids, we are going to make sure that you face the full force and consequences of the law.
I thought that was crazy. I was like, how can you lock parents up?
They never came and tried to talk to me or anything of the sort, right? It was strictly, you did this, we charging you, you're going down. So at my preliminary, on verdict day, I remember seeing her in the back when I walked in, and when they laid down announced that I was, convicted for first-degree murder, which I already knew I was convicted because the jury asked a question to the bailiff, because they give like these questions to be clear to the judge or whatever it may be, and we get to know what the question is. They bring us down to what the question is. And the question was, what's the difference between first-degree murder and second-degree murder? So I already knew that they just decided if it's going to be first-degree or second-degree. So I already came in there with the energy of like, I'm convicted. Now, they already knew too. So that's why the courtroom was super packed. And you see Kamala Harris like literally like front row, opposite side on the defensive side. And when they came with the verdict, guilty, me, I wanted to make sure I seen every nigga that was in that month on that side, not supporting me, and everybody else that was on that side. Because I knew, for one, I didn't do it. I stood on principle, and, and I was going to fight to ultimately get back. And I'll never forget when I turned around and I looked and I seen Kamala Harris, we locked eyes this one time, and she laughed. She literally just like kind of bust out laughing, almost as in if she was pointing at him, like, ha, 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 ha. That's how I felt. Though she didn't point, but that's how I felt when she was laughing at the verdict coming down.
In a recent statement, Trulove, the gentleman you just heard, submit his case about Kamala sending him to prison I'm going to read this article to you so you can get some context of what's being shielded, how Kamala Harris is being shielded by the media on this, even considering Colin Rugg. Man who was wrongfully convicted of murder thanks to Kamala Harris calls out Charlamagne the God after he failed to ask Harris about his case. Jamal Trulove was awarded $13.1 million after spending 6 years in prison for a crime he didn't commit. Trulove called on Charlamagne to demand an answer from Harris during his radio town hall event with her on Tuesday. Charlamagne failed to do so. And Jamal Trulove went on to say this about it to Charlamagne. He said, "You had an opportunity to have a legitimate conversation about the issues that we face in the black community and actually press Kamala for answers and hold her accountable for her part in hurting the black community over the years. But you choose to play softball and let her on your platform to spew political propaganda," Jamal Trulove said on X. Trulove says Kamala Harris laughed at him when he was wrongfully committed. And that is the story that you just saw. Now, this isn't just one person. This is an entire history of what Kamala has done in the black community that she claims to want to protect and love. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you heard the Bevelin story, but we have actually helped support Bevelin. If you're coming out anywhere against the Democrat Party, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Watch this.
It's not justice. It's Project 25. It's what they tried to put it on Trump, but this is exactly what they're doing. Don't let the media play you. It's I'm going to jail, and my category of offense is unlawful assembly. Don't let the media play you. Y'all need to go and vote because it is lit. Y'all say, "Oh, well, our vote don't matter." Well, you found out it does. It does. Who you put in will determine how inflation looks, will determine how the friends that you know that you saw every day it will vote to those who call good evil and evil good. When you don't vote, the people that are evil will call it good, and the people that are good will be called evil. You watching it. This is real life. This ain't for fake. I'm going to put up the paperwork. It's just my daughter. She's good though, but the jury didn't care. But this is the same jury that said that Trump was guilty. The same court, the same type of people. So, y'all have to vote. Y'all cannot let Kamala get in. That's Kamala's administration. That woman who sentenced me, that's Kamala's administration. So I'm going to do what I got to do. Jesus don't stop. Jail don't stop Jesus.
3.5 years. 3.5 years. She's going to federal prison unless Trump gets elected in office and he can give her a pardon for, get this, unlawful assembly at a Jesus Matters rally that saved 150 babies that day.
Hey, y'all, let me say something really quick. During my sentencing, the prosecution stood up and told the judge, amongst other things, one of the reasons why I deserve the sentence that I got, this is what she said, that I need to get 41 months, is because, during the Jesus Matters rally, 2-day Jesus Matters rally, and on one day alone, 100 to 150 women was scheduled. 100 to 150 women was scheduled that did not come in to get services. These are her words. This is what I'm going to say to you. It's easy to judge and it's easy to say, oh, if she actually did do the things they accused her of, she deserves her consequences. That's a better way to do things as a Christian. There's a better way we should do things to minister, and there's a more smoother way to do it. You heard the numbers.
What we're seeing now in the black community is what I consider to be a revolution of a huge magnitude.
Who you voting for?
Trump.
Come on, bro. Harris does backwards, bro.
What?
Harris.
Man, we not voting for that, man. We voting for Trump, man.
It's a revolution. I see the black community going to the Republican side right now, and it's 100%. It's happening. You cannot deny it. Even CNN can't deny it. See it?
There's a trend line that I never noticed before and make me go, whoa. And then you take a look at the average of the most recent polls, and Kamala Harris is up by only 41 points. That is about half the margin that Obama won them by back in November of 2012. Look, she's doing better with black women than she is doing among black men. Look, Obama won him by 93, very large margin. But then you look here and you get a 71-point margin. Now, again, these are large margins, but the bottom line is when you're talking about the base of the Democratic Party, you would think that Kamala Harris would do very well among black women based upon history. And of course, she would be the first black woman president, but she's actually doing the worst for a Democratic candidate among black women since 1960.
It's a revolution.
You have black men who are now looking at Donald Trump and saying, you know what? I'm with Trump. I see you, brother. I see you right there, brother. I see you. And for the liberal news and for the Harris campaign, if you want to call it toxic masculinity, be my guest. You know what we call it? We call it manhood. And manhood is needed in America today.
Tonight, Vice President Harris touting her record as a prosecutor, trying to make her case on one of the biggest issues of this election.
I have prosecuted transnational criminal organizations for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. I have had a career, including now, of prioritizing that we must have a secure border.
We voting for Trump, boy. What are you talking about? You know damn well we don't Kamala.
Why?
Trump.
Why, bro?
Give out free stamps and everything. You tweaking.
Yeah, that's how you feel.
Do us. You tweaking.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I vote Kamala.
Man, we you and Kamala.
Come on, bro. I can't even have my opinion. Damn, bro.
Bro, you voting for you, so you with that all them Venezuelans? You with all that goofy?
Yeah.
Nah, ain't no yeah. You. That's why I shit f***ed up because of you.
I have spent a significant part of my career going after people who present a threat to the safety of the American people and cross our border with the intent of doing us harm and cross our border illegally. And I will do that work as vice president. I take that work quite seriously.
So when we think about what's at stake in this election, whoa, it's packed with some stuff.